Thalassophobia is the term used to describe the fear of deep bodies of water, such as seas and oceans. The simplest permanent cure method, jokingly, is to drain all the world's seas and oceans. Sounds crazy, doesn't it? But imagine what would happen if we siphoned off 1,344,420,000 cubic kilometers of water from seas and oceans, and then see whether humanity would still exist or how the planet's appearance would change. First, we need to agree on how the water would be drained. Basically, there are two scenarios. Water drains from the deepest point of the ocean floor, the Mariana Trench, via a drain valve, like a wormhole leading somewhere in the universe, such as the planet Sakaar in the film Thor, Ragnarok. The ocean water suddenly disappears in the blink of an eye, as if being snapped away like Thanos' snap. With the first scenario, if the drain hole is relatively small, say a few meters to several tens of meters in diameter, the rate at which the sea level drops would be extremely slow, possibly taking hundreds of thousands, if not hundreds of millions of years to completely drain the ocean. You won't see any giant whirlpools if less than half the ocean's water is siphoned off, because the drain is too small and the ocean floor. Additionally, the volume of water in seas and oceans around the world is not truly uniform and is divided by undersea mountain ranges. So, no matter how long the draining lasts, isolated water bodies will continue to exist. However, because the water draining process occurs very slowly, humanity would have enough time to find ways to adapt. Perhaps human civilization may even vanish before the water recedes significantly. In the second scenario, where the ocean water suddenly vanishes instantly, the obvious consequence is numerous ships and people drifting on the water would fall to the ocean floor from heights of thousands of meters, likely resulting in casualties. People bathing near the shore are luckier, falling only a few meters. The next scenario, a massive seafood rain when all marine life crashes to the bare ocean floor. Researcher Willie Christensen from the University of British Columbia Fisheries estimated that the total biomass of fish in the ocean is approximately 2 billion tons, equivalent to 400 million mature African bush elephants, or 308 Giza pyramids. This sounds intriguing, but nearly all those fish would be crushed due to falling from thousands of meters high. Not to mention, humans wouldn't be able to gather it all, making the atmosphere reek of decaying fish. However, you would have a giant museum about 362 million km wide, revealing everything that ever drifted or sank to the ocean floor. Waste, aircraft wreckage, ships, submarines, even treasure. And we could verify mermaid legends and the actual location of Atlantis. But enough joking. Seas and oceans fulfill three essential roles for life on Earth: They are home to phytoplankton, which produce up to 70% of the oxygen in the atmosphere. If seas and oceans disappeared, oxygen production would reduce, but it would still be difficult to immediately impact land-breathing organisms. Due to the enormous accumulated oxygen over billions of years, 1.2 million trillion tons, equivalent to 240,000 trillion mature African elephants, or 203.4 million. Seas and oceans regulate the global climate by absorbing most of the sunlight, storing heat and circulating warm, cold water through ocean currents, reducing equatorial heat and polar cold. Without oceans, it would be like losing your AC in the middle of summer, making Earth's temperature extreme. Seas and oceans are a crucial part of the water cycle. Up to 90% of atmospheric water vapor comes from the oceans. Without oceans, the atmosphere would dry up, clouds and rain would almost disappear. Everything would become barren, forests would wither, creating enormous plant cemeteries, leading to ecological system collapse. Remaining water in polar ice caps, freshwater lakes, or closed seas, Dead Sea, Black Sea, would quickly evaporate. Rivers would dry up, leading to absolute water scarcity. Farming would be impossible since nothing can be irrigated. As a result, most land-based organisms will die of thirst. Survival depends solely on reservoir, groundwater, and how humanity uses those scarce resources. Moreover, with tens of millions of km of forests becoming arid, just one spark would be enough to ignite everything for weeks or even months, not being extinguished due to a lack of water. Fires would spread, threatening all urban areas, burning the remaining people. Eventually, Earth would become a barren, dry, hot planet filled with death. That's why sometimes it's better to let the sea scare us a little. You've just watched the video, What Happens If We Drain Earth's Oceans? Please leave your comments below and let us know if you agree with this content. If you find it helpful, don't hesitate to like and share. Remember to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss upcoming videos. For now, goodbye and see you again.